Hi, I would like to help you today in finding the midpoint of a segment. The midpoint of AB is -1 and 5, and the coordinates of point A are -3 and 2. What are the coordinates of point B? What you are looking for here is, assume that, let's just sketch something here. This is a line segment. This is midpoint of AB. This is the midpoint here. -1 and 5. This is the midpoint. You have A. You are looking for B. You're looking for B. Let's put these two coordinates into the equivalent plane. You're not going to have this on the test, but you will have it at the end of the test, like an extra grid sheet. You might use it to find the other endpoint. I'm gonna do it here graphically, and then I'm gonna do it algebraically. So, and the third way, I will do it by, there's another way, I will try it at the end by guessing and a check. So you use any method, that will be great. -1 and 5, -1 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is the first point. This is what, the midpoint? The midpoint. Okay. And the coordinates of point A is -3 and 2. 1, 2, 3, and 2. -3 and 2. This is A, point A. You need to find point B. Of course, point B is going to be somewhere in here. It cannot be here. If this is A, and if this is A, let's just, let's do that here. If this is A, so point B is going to be somewhere in here. Alright, I'm just extending it here. So if this is, let's look at the distance from here to here. Let's just try to estimate the same thing on the other side. It seems like, oh, it's not really accurate, but it seems like here. Why? Because we go up by by 1, 2, 3. So you go up by 1, 2, 3, and then the green one, you make a right twice to get to the midpoint. So you're gonna make a right twice to get to the other end. See, like two rectangles here, triangles in here. So this is the point B. What's the coordinate of that? That's +1 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1 and 8. And that is a choice A. Another way to do this problem, you know, the midpoint is like the average or the mean of between these 2 points. So you have the midpoint is -1 and -3. We have -1 and -3. If you want to go from point A to the midpoint to -1, so if you're going to go from -3, you want to go to -1. Alright, this is the midpoint. This is the midpoint. Let me write it here. Midpoint, and this is point A. We need to find point B. Okay, point A is -3. This is the x-axis. You go to -1. So in this case, you moved from -3 to -1. You moved from here to here. Alright, by 2 points up. -3 plus 2 equals -1. So therefore, from -1 to point B, you gotta go another 2, because this is the midpoint. Whatever the distance that you moved from -3 to -1 is going to be the same distance from -1 to the other end point of this segment. -1 plus 2, that is +1. This is the x coordinate. Okay, to go from +2 to +5, this is point A. From +2, you're going to +5. What is the distance from 2 to 5? You're going up. Let me get the purple one so we have the same color. You're going up by 3 points. And therefore, from +5 to the next point, you're going to go up 3 points. That's going to be 8. Alright? So the coordinates are 1 and 8. 1 and 8. That is another way to get it. You might do this algebraically. Let me try it algebraically here. The third way, maybe your teacher explained that to you in the classroom. Alright, algebraically we know the midpoint, okay, equals x1 plus x2 over 2. This is the x-axis. Let's call this x. This is x. This is the x-axis. So x is the midpoint. X1 is the coordinate, the x-axis of the one endpoint, and this is the other endpoint. Okay, midpoint is -1. That's the x. So that's -1 equals x1 is a, which is -3, plus x2, that's what we need, the other end, over 2. Cross multiply, so that's going to be 2 times -1 is -2, and 1 minus -3 is going to be -3 plus x2. Add 3 to both sides, you will get x2 equals -2 plus 3 equals +1. Alright, let's get the y2. We know y equals y2 minus plus y1 over 2. The y in this case is 5 equals y2 plus y1. So y2 is 2 plus y1 over 2. Cross multiply. Let me do it here. When you cross multiply here, you get 2 times 5 equals to 10. 10 equals to 2 plus y2. Subtract 2 from both sides. You get y2 equals 8. So x2 equals 1 and y2 equals 8. That's another way to do it. So we did 3 ways. In 3 ways. The first way graphically, the second way we try to do mentally by like moving distances from x from -1 to -3, or from -3 to -1, and we're trying to estimate the third or the other point of this segment. The last way is that you have, this is a multiple choice question. This is a multiple choice question. So if you can this one is one segment, this is the one end, this is the other end, and this is the midpoint. Try to average them. 1 plus -3 is -2. -2 divided by 2 is -1. You're finding an average. 8 plus 2, that's 10. Okay? 10 divided by 2 is going to give you a 5. So that's third way. Just to try each one of them to find the midpoint between each choice and this and point A to find the midpoint. Work well.